Sky is so high, if you don't know how to fly, aim feel easier to make you fly. Sky is so high, if you don't know how to fly, aim feel easier to make you fly. Here we go.
Good afternoon, all of you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
All of you, I'm requesting all of you to please join it regularly. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you to cope up with. Okay, Umra, I understand. Okay, so take care of yourself, Umra. Okay, so because you'll be having reviews, you'll be having examination at that point of time, you'll lose your track if you not keep attending your class. Your attendance is very important, as it's always being monitored. Okay, so for anything, any reference purpose, if we have to show them, our management has to show your documents to any of the this thing. Okay, for purpose or whether for examination purpose or any review purpose, then your attendance will be the one which will talk about you. If you keep on not attending the class, then it is a loss for you only. So please do attend all the classes so that you will not lose the track. Is it fine, everyone? So our role play thing is done already yesterday. We'll do a little bit of study now. I request all of you to take a pen and a paper with you and please write it down. These are very important things that I'll be telling it to you, dictating it to you. Please do write it. Very important. People, I'll ask you after that. Okay, so we were talking about frontline passengers yesterday, frontline staff, and frontline staff, how to deal with the passengers and guests. We were talking about other few things like cabin crew roles and responsibilities. So you all understand, right? What are the roles and responsibilities? Frontline staff. Who are the frontline staff? And who are the ticketing staff? Understood? No? Who are? How you can segregate it? So can one of you tell me what does cabin crew falls under? Under which category? Srinivas?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please tell me this front cabin crew falls under which category?
Ma'am, cabin crews are also called as flight attendants.
And which falls under which category? Who is the one who is in direct contact with the passengers? What are the departments that are in a direct contact with the departments? I mean, to the passengers. Which are the departments? And how, as a whole, what are they known as?
Flight attendants. Frontline.
Yes. Frontline staff.
Yeah, frontline staff, ma'am.
Ticketing counters can be ground staff. Okay. So these people, they are in direct contact with the passengers. That is why they are known as the frontline staff.
Frontline staff. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it is personality development. That's one second. So now it is a speak up session because all of you lose the track. So I want all of you to refresh once again. Okay. Everyone has to refresh yourself. And it is something, again, kind of a thing that it is a task that you have to do now. Okay, so you remembered all the guidelines, all of you. So since you're not practicing in the home, okay, when I ask you all to say here, I can see nobody is practicing, so I'll make you practice in the class itself. Okay, everyone, you have to maintain those guidelines. Can one of you tell me the guidelines that I always keep on saying while speaking? You have one each, one of you. Okay, Alina, tell me the first guideline.
You can pause for a long time. You can't.
Sorry, you can or you cannot.
You cannot.
Okay, yes, Alina. Okay, Alina, thank you. The second person, Amala, can you please tell me the second guideline to be followed while you speak?
You should frame the sentence.
Yes, very nice. Anjali, the next guideline.
We cannot think much time.
Yes. You cannot, I mean, when you are speaking at that point of time, you cannot, if you are speaking a paragraph, suppose, so you are speaking about something, and in between you cannot think and then say the next line, and then again you take time, think and say the next line. That you cannot do. If you want to think beforehand itself, you can excuse yourself, and then you can think, and then you can speak fluently, continuously, maintaining small pauses. Okay, that's what I meant. Okay, next one, Ankita.
Be confident while you are speaking.
What, George?
Be confident while you are speaking.
Okay, Miss George.
Yes, should be good. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, George. Yes, Miss George.
We should think really fastly.
We should think very fastly. I did not say. I did not say that.
Yesterday's class only.
Sorry?
Yesterday's class only, no?
We cannot think much. No, I already said that when you are speaking, and in between you cannot think and say. That already covered. No, any other point to say? Any other point?
We should be confident.
That also covered. So there are so many things, guidelines. I think you have not remembered the guidelines. That means.
Ma'am,
Sorry.
yesterday you have taught this one. Yesterday class. I was not there.
No, I did not teach anyone yesterday. It is something which I tell every day. Okay, George, you need to please be a little concentrate. I mean, you need to be a little attentive in the class.
Ma'am, I do the class, but there is a network issue, so that's why it's going.
Can you tell me one guideline that needs to be followed while answering questions? Can you? Okay, Miss George, I'm very disappointed with you. You need to answer. Naresh? 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 Naresh, not Khushi? Khushi?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you, Khushi? It's been long that I didn't see you.
Yes, ma'am, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Where were you? Where were you? Why were you not attending the classes?
Ma'am, actually it was Diwali, so I was out with my family yesterday, so I could not attend.
Okay, please do attend, okay? Otherwise, you'll...
We were on a family vacation.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Khushi, can you tell me one of the guidelines that needs to be followed while speaking?
Ma'am, we need to take care of our body language, our pronunciation, and the vocabulary we use. Like, our way of speaking should be in a professional manner with proper pronunciation. pronunciation, accent, and body language.
Yeah, very good. Sushi, very good. Okay, Miss Celsia.
Yes, ma'am.
Celsia, can you tell me one of the guidelines that you need to follow?
Yes, ma'am. We should be clear in our communication. We should open our mouth and talk.
Yeah, very nice. Very good. Shubham?
Ma'am.
Shubham?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please tell me one of the guidelines that you need to follow while talking? Because all of you were absent, that is why I'm doing this rapid fire round kind of, so that you will again recall the things while answering, what you have to keep in mind always. Okay, Shubham, can you please tell me?
Ma'am, while answering, you should not fumble.
Sorry? We should not?
Fumble.
Humble. Okay, fumble. Okay. Srinivas? 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 Can you please answer? Srinivas? Srinivas not responding. Umra, its throat is not good. Okay, fine. Done. Okay, so let's discuss about listening skills now. We have discussed a lot of speaking skills. Okay, so I'll show you the body language. I'll take you the body language class also today. So all of you need to switch on the video at that point of time. Everyone have to speak something, maintaining these guidelines whichever I told you right now, and also maintaining the body language. So let's learn about the listening skills that all of us have to remember. Okay, so whenever you are talking to someone, okay, so two people will be talking. When the other person, you should always respect the person who is speaking. Okay, that is and if suppose you are interacting with a guest today, or if you're interacting with a recruiter, or if you're interacting with your any people, like your manager or anyone, so whatever she is telling, you should always make sure that you focus fully on the speaker, what she is telling. His or her body language and other non-verbal cues. Okay, if you're daydreaming, checking text messages, or dawdling, you're almost certain to miss non-verbal. Just 1 minute. Okay, so if you are daydreaming, checking text messages, or dawdling, you're almost certain to miss non-verbal cues, okay, in the conversation. If you find it hard to concentrate on some speakers, try repeating their words over in your head. Okay, it will reinforce their message and help you stay focused. Sometimes even in the interview, if the person will ask you something and you'll answer something, then the person will understand that you're not a good listener. You'll not be able to cooperate with your colleagues in your work. At your work also, there will be a problem for you to interact with your colleagues, and then it's all about teamwork. Whenever you're working in corporates and all, it's all about teamwork. Your team will get hampered with your listening skills. Do this, okay. And one more thing that you have to take care is avoid interrupting or trying to redirect a conversation to your concerns by saying something like, if you think that's bad, let me tell you what happened to me. So you cannot say these things, that will be like interrupting what the speaker is saying and not respecting the speaker, and it will the speaker might feel, you know, that you are overreacting, or you are, you are something who is over smart. Okay, so to make the speaker comfortable to speak more, okay, so you can avoid interrupting. Okay, and often the speaker can read your facial expressions and know that your mind is somewhere else. Avoid seeming judgmental. In order to communicate effectively with someone, you don't have to like them or agree with their ideas, values, or opinions. However, you need to set aside your judgment and withhold blame and criticism in order to fully understand a person. The most difficult communication, when successfully executed, can lead to the most likely and profound connection with someone. Okay, show your interest. Okay, so even show your interest in what's being said. Note, occasionally smile at the person and make sure the posture is open and inviting. Encourage the speaker to continue with the verbal comments like yes. You can encourage the speaker by saying all these things. Okay, so some non-verbal communication. We'll speak about non-verbal communication. What do you mean by non-verbal communication? Verbal communication means I'm doing a verbal communication now because I'm speaking. No, I'm speaking with my mouth. I am expressing myself with my words, right? Also, my expressions, also my body language, also everything is expressing something to you. So that is a verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is something, I'll tell you, when we communicate things that we care about, we do so mainly using non-verbal signals. Wordless communication or body language includes facial expressions, body movement, eye. So it's not about the words, it's about non-verbal communication means okay, how I'm speaking, my gesture, the way I'm speaking, my body language, the posture I'm maintaining, the tone of my voice, and even my muscle tension and breathing. So these are the things which constitutes non-verbal communication. Why one of the person are leaving? Why everyone is leaving? Okay, let's. You need to understand. You need to understand first. Then only you'll be able to perform. No, if you'll not attend the class, how will we help you to get good marks in the examination, and then again, prepare you for what you want to be? Please try to. Anjali, why did you leave the session? Anjali? What happened to you, Anjali? Why did you leave?
No, ma'am. Someone called. I left.
Do not leave the session in between, okay?
Okay, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Again, I will not do this.
Okay. Okay, fine. So, non-verbal communication I was talking about. So, the way you look, listen, move and react to another person tells them more about how you're feeling than words alone ever can. Developing the ability to understand and use non-verbal communication can help you connect with others, express what you really mean, navigate challenging situations, and build better relationships at home and work. You can enhance effective communication by using open body language, arms crossed, standing with an open stance, and sitting on the edge of your seat and maintaining eye contact with the person you are talking to. So these are the things, okay? So non-verbal communication plays a big role. Okay, when you're communicating verbal communication, it plays a big role because you know why? See, suppose I'm doing thank you. Okay, I'm saying thank you. Suppose I'm greeting the passenger, thank you after the flight. So if I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I lean in the wall and say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Will the or else if I welcome the passenger service, welcome, welcome, welcome. If I do like this, will the passenger feel welcome? Does the passenger will even consider my welcome as I'm welcoming him? No, right? So in this case, my body language will play the most vital role. Okay. So that is the non-verbal communication. So words play like when there was a survey, okay, where it has known that the non-verbal communication is the is something which plays more role than the word you speak. Suppose I'm welcoming, hello, welcome, thank you, ma'am, thank you so much. Hope to fly with you again. So how am I welcoming? So it really looks like I'm really welcoming. I'm really thanking them, right? So that is the non-verbal communication, because the word is the same. Before also I was telling thank you, but now also I'm telling thank you, but the body language is changing, isn't it? So this is the non-verbal thing, which will speak so many things about me, even more than my words. Tips for improving how you read non-verbal communication. So how you read non-verbal communication, there are some tips. So these tips are, I'll tell you what are tips. Practice observing people. Okay, practice observing people in public areas such as shopping mall, bus, train, cafe and all. Okay, or even a television talk show you can just mute the sound and then you can observe them. Okay, then you can practice them. That is how you can improve the non-verbal communication. That is one tip. Okay, try to guess their relationship, what the relationship is and what they are talking about and how each feel about what is being said. Okay, so whatever you are saying, okay, the words, whatever you are speaking, more than your words, how you are speaking, okay, in what way you are speaking, what are the body languages that is used while speaking, that has to be observed by you. Then you can, that is a tip for improving your non-verbal communication. Another one is be aware of individual differences. So you have to be aware of people from different countries and the cultures tend to use different non-verbal communication gestures. So it is important to take age, culture, religion, gender, and emotional state into account when reading body language signals. An American teen, a grieving widow, an Asian businessman, for example, are likely to use non-verbal signals differently. So you can see, suppose we say like this is one of the signal, no? We point out things like that. Please come here, okay? Like that. So in okay. So even if I'm using a chart here, suppose I'm mentioning something. This is a chart. Suppose this is a chart of something. I'm explaining something. Which is not, like a slang word. that the person is using. So you cannot point your finger like this to anyone, even to an object. So what Malaysian culture follows is they always show like this. If they are showing someone, if I'm pointing someone of you, I'll say, you please get up. Also this one also inside, all fingers inside, you please get up. If I'm showing something, this one, this one, this one. Okay, so different culture, different religions, they follow different cultures. We have to understand all of them. So if I'm from a Malaysian culture and someone is talking to me like this, so I'll feel offended because in my culture it is written that I have to always not point out any finger to anyone. I can always use this one instead. So it is like that. Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat the second point?
And you, I mean, the slide you are talking about, or what I am talking
Be
about?
aware of.
Okay, be aware of individual differences. Be aware of individual differences.
Okay.
It means about talks about the non-verbal communication gestures that is used by different people coming from different countries and cultures. So they use different kinds of non-verbal communication gestures. So this is the meaning that we should be aware of individual differences. Understood? You can take a note of this. This will come in the exam. What are the tips for improving your non-verbal communication? You can say practice observing people. Okay, you can say an example like you are watching a show and you are muting the volume. Then you're watching what the people are, how they are behaving. So according to their body language, according to their gestures, and according to their poise and posture, you can observe and see what relation they are sharing. Angry or sad or love, whatever it is. Look at non-verbal signals as a group. Don't read too much into a single gesture or non-verbal cue. Consider all of the non-verbal signals you receive from an eye contact, the tone of voice, the body language.
Rise above the sky, set your stand aside, hold your head high,
Cross their arms without meaning to. Consider the signals as a whole to get a better read of the person. So whenever you're observing the non-verbal cue, you do not observe only one single thing. Suppose you are considering only the eye contact. Please do not do that. Everything is necessary, okay? Notice everything as a whole. Suppose if you are noticing a person body language, you are noticing the this one non-verbal communication, then do observe how they are speaking, how they are sitting, the body posture. You should notice about the eye contact. You should notice about how they are speaking, what is their body language. Everything has to be noticed. No, do not just concentrate only on the eyes or only on the posture or only on the tone and the accent. Okay. So you have to consider the signals as a whole to get a better read on the person. So how you read? You should consider all the signals as a whole, and then you can get a better read on the person. Understood? So there are a few tips on how to for delivering or for improving how to deliver non-verbal communication. Okay, let's study about those tips as well. use non-verbal signals that okay, the interviewers, the recruiters, do you think they just understands or they just hear about what you are saying? They'll understand. They will, by looking at you, they'll understand everything. You know, when you will be sitting with someone who is very professional, who is very, you know, and they do all psychology studies. The recruiters, the one who recruit people, they do all the psychological study before recruiting, before becoming a recruiter. So whenever when I used to do recruiting before for AirAsia. So what I used to observe is, you know, how the girl is sitting. Is the girl confident enough to sit with her back straight? Is she lousy? Does she have any bad habit of, you know, touching the hair, touching the eyes, touching the this thing? Okay, putting the hairs back this way, that way. So that those are things which shows that she is getting nervous. She's not confident enough. Okay, and if she's sitting lousy like this, okay, like this, that means she is very lazy. That means while on work also, I cannot judge her, but mostly according to case studies, we have found out that the person who will not sit straight are the laziest one, and they do their job just for the sake of it. Person who sit straight and, you know, maintain the body language and posture and everything, they are a very disciplined. Okay, Janvi is suffering from fever. Okay. They are a very disciplined person who sits straight, who talk in a proper manner, maintains their tones, maintain the body language, maintains their body posture in the correct way, sitting straight. Everything, every single small thing will be noticed, because you want to join something which is very, you know, it is a cabin crew job. It is not some normal job where you have to sit in the table and then work in the computer. You will be the face of the airline. You have to, you know, you will be the, what you can say. Everyone will look at you at all point of time, because in the aircraft there is no entertainment. In the aircraft there is nothing apart from the beautiful cabin crew. Every time will be observed. Every single steps, every single actions, every single way will be observed by the passengers. It's supposed to be you're delivering a food, delivering a cup of tea, suppose a meal to your passenger. You're touching your hair like this, okay, scratching your nose, scratching your forehead, and then serving it. Then it will be considered like this, doing this and that. So that will be considered as totally, you know, like what it is called, unhygienic. It will be considered as unhygienic by the passengers, and they will not buy from you. And it's ultimately whose loss? The airline's loss. So while recruiting these people, they observe all the very small things, how the person is maintaining her body posture. Is she confident enough or not? Okay. Will she be a hardworking employee, or will she just do the job for the sake of it, for the salary thing? So everything will be noticed. So to take care of these things, we need to practice every day, sitting straight, talking in a good posture, maintaining your own posture, talking, you know, and then with a mild tone, with a moderate tone. Your tone should not be too loud, tone should not be too slow. It should be very professional, so that whenever you are speaking, it should sound very much professional. Okay. So adjust your non-verbal signals according to the context. The tone of your voice, for example. Eleven of us. So once I think you all are good to go, once I think you all are good to go, after clearing that, there will be an exam also. So after the examination, we'll have a better idea who is good to go. Because there are many things which are noticed by the recruiter, we have to prepare all of you according to that this thing.
Small dot examination went, ma'am.
Sorry?
Examinations went, ma'am.
Sorry, Naresh?
Notes PDF send me.
Yeah, notes PDF you have to concentrate in the class, make note of it. Okay. See, I'm telling you now, I'm discussing something new with you. Rather than sending you notes, I can send you notes also. I can send you PDF. But if I'll not make you understand, how will you write? How will you understand the PDF? Will you read by yourself? It is a very long PDF. It will have 150 pages, 160 pages. Will you be able to study the whole PDF? No, right? Isn't it?
Okay.
So I'm making you understand by explaining you all the things in the PDF so that you will understand, and without even reading the PDF you'll be able to understand. You'll be able to answer. Am I right or wrong? Salsha?
Yes, ma'am.
So you are able to understand, no, Salsha?
Yes, ma'am. Understanding.
If you want, you can write also. You can take a notebook with you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm making a note of this.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Okay, so non-verbal, use non-verbal signals that match up with your words. So the signals should always match up with your words. Okay, as I already said what it is, how. Suppose if you are saying yes and you are saying yes, 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 what will the other person understand? That something is wrong. It is not a proper yes. It is not 100% yes. She is might be she is telling yes because just for the sake of it, but no is also an answer. So that is one kind of your non-verbal signals which should always match up with what you are speaking. Adjust your non-verbal signals according to your context. The tone of your voice. Okay, this is already understood. I already told you. Use body language to convey positive feelings. Sometimes you should use your body language to feel positive, to convey that you're feeling positive. Okay, to convey your positive feelings. Even if you're not actually expressing them, you are nervous about a situation, a job, interview, important presentations, or first date.
Ma'am, can I send the PDF of
I
the
can
note
send you,
which
I
we
can
have
dictate you the notes if you want to. Want me to dictate it?
I think it.
Sorry? Sorry? Amala, you saying something?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So, how we use body language to convey positive feelings, even if when you are not actually expressing them, if you're nervous about a situation, a job interview, okay, important presentations or first date, for example, you can use positive body language to signal confidence. Okay, even though if you're not feeling it, instead of tentatively entering a room with your head down, eyes averted, and sliding into a chair, try standing tall, back, smiling and maintaining eye contact and delivering a firm handshake. It will make you feel more self-confident and help you to put other persons at ease. So this is one tip you can use. Whenever you're going for an interview, whenever you're feeling nervous, what you can do, okay, you can you can stand tall with your shoulders back, smiling, okay, smiling, and it should not look like artificial, it should look like natural, okay, whenever you're smiling. You should smile and maintain the eye contact, okay, deliver a firm handshake. It will make you feel more self-confident and help to put the other person at ease. Okay, you will think that, oh, he's my friend, he's not a recruiter, so but you always, whenever you're thinking that, make sure you use professional language only. Don't talk like a friend, but yes, you should have the confidence to talk professionally and only the necessary things which will impress him. Okay, understood? Okay, Alina and Amala, Anjali and Ankita. Anjali and Ankita and Amala and Ankita, Amala, George and Amala, Alina, please come online, switch on the videos. Anjali, Kumari and Ankita. Kumari, please switch on the videos. Please switch on the videos. 4 of you. Ankita?
Yes, ma'am.
Amala? Alina, please sit down. Three of you and Nadesh. Kushi, you come. Kushi, you there? Kushi?
Yes, ma'am.
Please all two of you to perform, just try to express something with the non-verbal signals, and two of you to identify okay, Ankita, Kumari and Anjali. Kumari, so both of you, you can just do a conversation where your body language, your body signals will not match with the words. Suppose you are telling, you will say thank you. Please give me your pen. So you have to one sentence in three different ways. Okay, wherein your body language should indicate three different things, and these two, Khushi and Anjali, Alina, George. Okay, Alina, George, and Khushi will identify what kind of expression you are telling. Okay, understood? Yes, ma'am. Can you please proceed? Discuss. Discuss. Make it little funny also. You can just think of anything. Ankita and Anjali, please. Ankita, I'm not supposed to put that every time. Ankita, Kumari. Ankita?
Sorry, ma'am, I cannot hear.
Are you able to hear me now? Ankita? You?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Ankita, able to hear? Please increase your sound. Yeah, please, Ankita, proceed. In this class, isn't it? Why? We poke you like this. Every time I have to guide you so much, why you can't answer me on the first thing itself? You are not Ankita. Ankita is not. Alima? Ankita, Alina and Ankita, you please discuss. Okay, Khushi and Celsia. Khushi and Celsia. Celsia?
Yes, ma'am.
So you understand, no? You both what you
Yes,
have to
ma'am.
do.
We have to just act Non-verbal.
Celsia, Alina. Yeah, Celsia and Alina will tell one sentence in three different ways. In with three different ways, it means you have to use different body language, tone, and accent while speaking the same words. Words should be the same, but the tone and the accent and the body language should be different. And Khushi and Anjali will identify what are the three different different expressions you have made. Okay, Khushi, understood?
We have to three different sentences.
One sentence, three different.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Discuss. You can discuss with Alina. Anjali and Khushi will tell me.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes.
We have to do three things. Like we both have to do three things.
Yeah. You and Celsia will have to tell a sentence in three different ways. Like,
I have to tell in three ways, and she have to tell in three ways. Or we both.
with different body language. Tone and accent also be different.
Yeah,
Tone
like
and accent.
I and Alina has to do, and our opposite partners will tell what we are doing.
Yes.
Okay.
What should we say? Tasha?
We can say,
Can you please give me this pen? We can do it in three ways, I think.
sorry.
We can say, can you please give me this pen in three ways? I think it's
Yeah, how will we do it? Do that sentence in three ways.
first we have to be polite and ask, can you please give me this pen? And second we can be a little rude. Can you please give me this pen in three? That way how do we do? With a little fear, afraid to ask something. That's the third way.
Yeah, we are first one we can smile and ask.
Yeah, that's polite. We can do it politely, and second is kind of rude, and third we are nervous to ask, but we are asking.
Yeah. So, ma'am, can we start?
Yes. Khushi and Anjali, I want both of you to switch on the video. Khushi and Anjali, please watch these two.
Mama,
and-
video is
Yeah. No. I was telling Anjali. Okay. So both of your teams. So I was telling both of your names. So since you both now have to watch these Celsia and Alina performance, and then you have to tell me, okay, what did you understood from their expression, what the words were, and what the body language were. How much percentage body language played the role, and how much percentage the words that Celsia and Alina used were, percentage you have to tell me, percentage of words that is used, okay, the meaning of the sentence, and meaning of the sentence that you came to know about the meaning of the sentence through their words and through the voice and accent and the body language they used. Okay, understood? Anjali and Khushi? Yeah, please proceed.
Okay. Hello, hi Khushi. Can you please give me that pen?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, Ali. For Celsia, you can communicate with Alina. She is the one who will be judging you. Will be
Okay.
giving marks. Who will understand how much role words play, how much percentage the words play while expressing, while you both are expressing things to each other. Okay, and how much percentage your body language is expressing when you both are communicating with each other. Because You will be using the same words, but you will be using different body languages. So how much words play role while expressing things, and how much body language percentage plays role while expressing things. Okay, the things proceed.
And do I have to reply when she asks?
No need. No need.
Okay.
You can express. You give an expression, like if she's telling, "Please give me your pen," and you can sure she will be. You can show your expression, Alina, how you're feeling. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Proceed.
Hi Alina, can you please give me a pen?
Yeah, sure, you can have my pen.
Okay, thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
Okay. Hi Alina, can you please pass me that pen?
Okay, if you need that, I'll give you.
Okay. Well, okay, the last one, the nervous one. Hi Alina, can you please give me a pen if you have?
Yeah, don't be nervous to ask me. I'll give you this pen.
Okay, thank you.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah.
Hi, Sasha. Can you please give me your pen?
Yeah, sure. Take this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sasha,
Yes, Alina.
can you please give me your pen?
Yeah, okay.
Sasha, can you please give me your pen?
Yeah, sure. Have it. Don't be nervous. Done, ma'am.
Okay, Anjali. Anjali. Yeah, can you tell me the first what you noticed about Salsa?
Celsia. See, while she is talking, she is not smiling and she is not giving expression.
No. How much percentage do you think the words which Celsia spoke played a role while expressing, and how much percentage do you think this while Celsia spoke expressed what she was speaking?
78%.
78% what?
But ma'am,
So words, when you're expressing something, are words more necessary things that to express ourselves, or are expressions more necessary for us to express ourselves? Can you give me a percentage?
78% she not. She confidently she talked, ma'am. She said confidently 78% and 20% she's expressions are.
Words were the same only, right? She was telling the same words, isn't it? वो सब जो बोल रही थी वो उसका जो शब्द था वो शब्द सब कुछ सेम था, है कि नहीं?
हाँ मैम.
सेम था ना, वो जो कुछ भी बोल रहा था वर्ड्स तो सेम था, तो फिर अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करने में उसका बॉडी लैंग्वेज ज्यादा रोल प्ले कर रहा था कि उसका शब्द ज्यादा प्ले कर रहा था? परसेंटेज में बताने के लिए बोल रही हूँ.
ओके मैम. उनका शब्द ज्यादा. He is talking more.
You are not. See, Celsia, you are not okay. Leave it, Anjali. I'll make you understand some. I mean, later. Khushi, can you give me the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Khushi, can you give me the answer? How much percentage her words were playing a role while expressing, and how much percentage her body language was playing a role while expressing?
Now, according to things used in all the 3 takes, the word please was used in all the 3 times, and it was a gesture of request. But we see the difference in all the 3 ways, as we see the higher percentage in the body language. In the first, we see that right polite and asking for a request in a blank way, with the expressions of eyes being in the front and placing a direct request. In the second one, we see slight rudeness, and in the third one, we can see the nervousness as the eyes were shifting to the corners, and a little bit of gaps and little murmuring while speaking. So, if I give the percentage for body language, then I would say 70% body language and the other 30% voice.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was talking about. Exactly, Khushi. So that was my ultimate goal. You know, you guys understand for this role play. Anjali, do you understand now what she spoke? So, according to a survey, okay. So according to a survey, there was only 7% which was considered that the word played a role in expressing a person's thoughts. Okay, only 7% was expressed from the only 7% of the person's expression was expressed through his words, whereas 93% of the information was non-verbal. Okay, so out of that 93%, 55% was the tone of the voice. Okay, 38% was just one moment. So out of all, non-verbal communication is total 93%. Okay, and only 7% of what words you are speaking, the words you are using, that will express what you are thinking. 55% will be expressed by your non-verbal cues. Okay, non-verbal cues meaning how you are speaking, the way your body posture, your facial and expressions, you are smiling or not, you are maintaining eye contact or not. Those are the non-verbal cues. So 55% belongs to that. So, and 38% tone of the voice. What tone you are using? What kind of a tone? Angry tone, moderate tone, or a low tone. So this tone will be 38%. You can just note it down if you want to. 7% words, 55% non-verbal cues, and 38% tone of the voice. Okay, these are the things. This is very important. You can have a note of it. So you can see, right, how much role a non-verbal communication plays role when you speak. How important it is for you to learn non-verbal communication when you are in an industry like aviation, where people will be judging you every time. Okay, with the way you speak, with the way you behave, with everything will be observed by every passenger, your colleagues, everyone. Because that is the only thing that will, important while you are an employee in aviation. Understood, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So next thing I will wait. Okay, let's study about positive attitude now. So what are the strategies of positive attitudes? What are the strategies for positive attitude? Look for the positive. Work to improve a negative situation. You can write it down, all of you, note it down. First point is about look for the positive. Second point is work to improve a negative situation. Third point is change negative self-talk to positive one. Fourth point is control their emotions and thoughts. Help others. Fifth point. Sixth is consensus building process. Sorry, that is not one, the sixth one.
Can you repeat once again?
So first point, okay, so strategies, the heading as strategies for positive attitude. The heading as strategies for positive attitude. First point, you write it down. Look for the positive. Look for the positive. That is the first point. Second point you can write work to improve a negative situation. Work to improve a negative situation. Work to improve a negative situation. That is the second point. Third point, change negative self-talk to positive one. Change negative self-talk to positive one. Fourth point, control their emotions and thoughts. Control their emotions and thoughts. Number 5 is help others. Help others. So these are the things. These are the 5 strategies for positive attitude. Okay. So being positive is very important all the time. Very, very important. So look for positive. So I'll talk about look for positive. Many people with a positive attitude look for the good in situations rather than the negative. In city officials closed a sports field where they had been playing football 2 hours early. They would try to find somewhere else to play or use the time to talk to their friends. For a person, it is just an example, okay? But for a person with a positive attitude, there are positive aspects in any situation because it could always be worse. The positive aspects must be identified and highlighted. Common expression for those with positive. Sorry?
Third point.
Change negative self-talk to positive one. Change negative self-talk to positive one. Fourth point, control their emotions and thoughts. Control their emotions and thoughts. So I'm speaking about the first one. It means, suppose to look for positive means you have to look everything, positive person, whoever is a positive person, whenever he faces some situation or anything, whenever any situation, might be some day-to-day daily situations or some other situation, any kind of situation, he always look for the positive. He will always look the positive side of anything. If suppose he is going to play football somewhere, for example, with him his friends are also going for football, and the football that playground has certain time, okay, for them to play, and it will get closed after 2 hours, say, they went at 6 p.m. in the night and the football playground gets closed by 8 in the night. So this positive person, he will take this as positive thing. Instead of talking and chit-chatting with his friends, he will try to play in that ground. He will think that this is saving my time from I will waste my time in chit-chatting with my friends. Rather than that, I can play a sport. I can be fit and fine. I can eat. I can take it as something that is helping me to be healthy, because rather than chit-chatting with my friend, I'm getting a chance to play in this 2 hours itself. But wherein his negative friends, okay, normal people, they will take the negative part. Okay, let's not go to this playground because it will get closed by 8 o'clock only, so we'll get only 2 hours of time. So in 2 hours of time we'll talk or we will play. So these are the negative people and the positive person. Can you see the difference? How a positive person thinks, he will see the side of positive in every single thing. He will never see the negative side of anything. He will try to find positive side in every single thing, and that way he can suppose in a corporate field also, if it's a strict company, many employees will complain, many employees will will do back talk and all about the company and all, wherein I have seen the people who are positive, the people who are who takes things positively, he will always try to take use of it. He will try to be more disciplined. He will try to learn more, because there are so many restrictions. So you become the best of the best when you have so many restrictions, okay? Because you will be under pressure and you will be
Some people will think, okay, there is so much pressure, how will I work? But you never know, this pressure will always help you in bringing out the best in yourself, because when you are not given any pressure, might be you are not able to perform the best out of you. Okay, the best side of you doesn't come outside. It might be when you're given some pressures, some restrictions, the best out of you comes outside, and you can learn from it. You can practice it, and you can, in future you can master it. So this is you have to look positive side in that way in everything. Next one is work to improve a negative situation. So how will you work to how will you work to improve a negative situation? When faced with a negative situation, person with a positive attitude will start finding a way to address the problem. Since Storm eliminated the power of his or her home, the person would start looking for the ways to light it rather than complaining while doing nothing. So suppose work to improve a negative situation. Today you have faced the problem. Rather than blaming your own fate, rather than blaming God that okay, every time you're giving me this kind of things, you're so bad to me, this and that. Rather than complaining him, you can find ways and means. You should take it as a challenge. You should take, okay, if this is the situation, then it's fine. I will find another way, and I will find another better way, which will be better than this, and which which will be good for me. I can enjoy it I can enjoy more. Okay, so if you have lost a pen, suppose that it was your favorite pen, and you're very sad that I have lost my pen, this and that, complaining to your friends, complaining to your mom and that. Rather than that, you can let me buy a new pen. Okay, I can afford it. I'll work hard for that, and I'll make sure I'll buy much better pen than what I had earlier. That way, you have to think positive, and you can get better things what you have lost, or in a situation when you're in a bad situation, you can work on that situation. You can face a situation which is much better what you expected when you lost that situation. Okay, change negative self to positive one. We all have that voice in our head that continues to tell us we are not good enough, or we should be a better person. However, this critical voice can paralyze some people, making them too worried about making additional mistakes. The person with a positive attitude is able to silence the voice and create a positive voice that provides encouragement and encouraging it to move in the right direction. So, when someone is very positive, do not disencourage that person by telling your negative thoughts. Always encourage that person by saying positive things. Okay, this will help the other person also to go in the right direction and achieve something. Control their emotions and thoughts. Being involved in a negative situation can affect someone's action, decisions, and physical strength. Try to keep a positive attitude can help avoid making regrettable mistakes in such difficult situation. Sometimes you just have to get away from the situation for a little while to regain a positive attitude. Take a walk, long jog, read a book, and play a game or a sport, meditate or pray. Then go back and face the situation with new energy. Okay? So whenever you're involved in a negative situation, it can affect someone's action, okay, decisions, and physical strength. So what you should do, you should always try to keep a positive attitude, which can help avoid making regrettable mistakes in such difficult situation. When you're angry, sometimes in your anger you might take decisions, okay, which are wrong for you, which will lead to trouble in your future. So even when you're angry or you're sad, do not take any decisions in that anger or in that sorrow. Always think what will be the outcome, because today you in anger you will take a decision, but what happened to the other students? Why they're leaving? Any one of you have a group? Please tell them to attend the class. They don't want to write or what? They do not want to pass the exam. Please can one of you tell in the group, if you have a group, to join. Why did you leave the session without my permission? Amala? Naresh, can you please tell everyone to join? Khushi, if you can, help me with this. Celsia?
Yes, ma'am, I'm trying.
Yeah, can you please message in the group?
Yes, ma'am.
Help others, so we always have that positive attitude to help others. They know that we all will need help from time to time. So helping others will make us feel good about ourselves and the people whom we help. People with a positive attitude will also accept help from others.
Ma'am, I put the message on the group.
Yeah, thank you so much. Please tell them, please, what's wrong with the people? I don't understand that they're leaving it. So, Alina?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me a situation wherein you feel very sad, very distressed, very despair? Out of despair, you didn't know what to do next. Have you ever faced any kind of situation like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you share the situation, if you don't mind, if it's not personal?
My friends are making separated from small problems. That's why I'm very sad.
Sorry?
In my college, my friends were separated in small problems that I get very emotional, and we are not talking each other.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What decision did you take at that point of time?
I talk many times with my friends, but they are not ready to mingle with each other.
Okay, Celsia, can you give a suggestion to Amala in this? What is best that she can do? Can you give some positive?
Actually, I didn't understand. She wasn't clear. Why her friends are not talking to her?
Can you talk to Amala? Can you both communicate? I want Celsia to give some positive, to control the emotions and thoughts of Amala. Also, I want Celsia to show me how she can work to improve a negative situation.
Okay, Amala, can you please repeat again why your friends are not talking to you?
Not talking to me. I have my boyfriend. They are, but we are one gang. Can you would you understand?
Yeah, okay, you have a group.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a group and your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay. And they are not letting you get mingled with them. Am I right?
What is? Yes.
Okay, so in that case,
Small
I guess.
problem.
Okay, they're creating.
Small. But
They're creating small problems.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
so,
we are separated.
Okay, so in that case, you should distance yourself from negative people who make you feel unwanted. And you should be with more of people who care about you.
Okay.
Yeah, like you shouldn't feel sad because someone is not talking to you. Instead of that, you can go and talk to someone who cares about you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good suggestion, Sanchia. Very good suggestion. So Srinivas was asking if she can. Yeah, Srinivas, you may proceed, please.
Yes, ma'am. Instead of talking, you just keep talking till they understand what we are. Then yeah, it's always be fine. Always we will be in the positive nature.
How will you be in the positive nature, Srinivas?
Being ourselves is also really a positive nature. Not being with others what they were telling to us.
Okay. Good
Yes,
answer.
ma'am.
Good answer, Srinivas. Okay, Srinivas, have you faced any situation yet which made you feel helpless and out of anger or out of sorrow you took any decision and then you regret?
No, ma'am. Till now there is no situation like that.
No problem. Mm.
Yes, ma'am.
Any decision out of anger?
Ma'am, your voice is.
Okay,
Ma'am, your
Anjali,
voice
have
is
you
not
taken any decisions yet which you have taken out of sorrow or anger for which you are regretting now? Later, I mean.
No, ma'am. Till now, I have not taken any decision.
Shilka? Shilka,
ma'am.
can you answer that?
Hello.
Can you answer that, Shilka?
Hello.
I'm able to hear you. Are you able to hear me?
Ma'am, I can't, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'll tell you what to do. Where you are very sad. Okay, suppose you went for an interview, didn't get through.
Ma'am, your voice.
Sorry?
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Is it for everyone else? Can everyone
No,
reply?
ma'am. Ma'am, before your voice was breaking, but now it's
For
proper.
location, I think it's for network. Please go to a place where there is network. Might be your balcony or your living room will help you with a good network. Okay. I've been. Okay, there is a chat. Salsha, you can do it. I mean, you can inform Rubia ma'am only because I do not have a WhatsApp group. And
Ma'am, I was also not in the WhatsApp group.
Ma'am, I texted on the group, but no one replied. I told them to join the class.
okay. Thank you so much, Salsha. So when you're angry or when you are in distress or despair, like suppose you're expecting something, you're trying for it, you're giving the best out of best from to win that or to gain that, to have that thing, but you're not getting that. So out of anger, out of sorrow, do not do anything which will make you regret later on. Instead, what you can do is identify the problem or issue that has to be addressed. You should understand and identify if there is any problem, even if you're trying, even if you're giving 100%, but still later on you have to identify the problem, and then that issue should be addressed. And then analyze the issue under discussion and then identify interest. Okay, whatever the situation is, whatever the issue is, you have to analyze it, you have to discuss it. If not with someone else, you can discuss it with yourself, or you can discuss it by
What is that? Okay, register number. Okay, so I think we are not allowed to create any WhatsApp group. I don't know how you guys have a WhatsApp group. You can still tell Rubia ma'am about this if you want to. But so far I know we are not authorized to have a WhatsApp group. Still you can, or if you want you can request. Okay. So next point is brainstorm potential solutions. So we have to think what is the potential solution can be. And after analyzing the issue or the problem you have, you can think about the potential solution. Might be you are not using the proper solution, that is why you are not getting the outcome. Okay, might be you are using solution that is, so might be you are not using, even though if you are working hard, you are giving 100%, might be the solution that you choose to work for that issue, it was not the correct one. So you should always, again, if you are failing there, you should again see, you should analyze the problem, you should see something might be wrong, otherwise why you will not get the outcome even after you work so hard, why you will not get the outcome, something there is wrong in your solution. Okay, so you should always think for other solution, better solution. You can consult anyone whom you can trust, whom you can share your problems. Okay, so you can contact that person, you can take ideas from him. Okay, also don't take ideas from a wrong person, because if these kind of wrong solution will again lead to failures. So always choose before asking some suggestions from someone. Choose the person. Evaluate the options or evaluate the options of the solutions. So you'll be having so many solution options. You have to evaluate each problem, solutions options, and then select the best one. Okay, implement the solution, monitor and evaluate the outcome. So after that you have to implement the solution, you have to work on that solution, you have to work according to that solution, and then you have to monitor, you have to see whether you are improving or not, the solution that you are implementing, it is worth or not, because is it working for you or not, giving you results or not, and then you can evaluate the outcome. After once you get the outcome, you can evaluate it. And always try to motivate each other. Okay, whenever your friends or your mom, your dad, your family, whoever it is there around, you always try to motivate each other. That is a great thing which will help you in moving forward in your career. A good motivator is the one who is like a right hand for a successful person, because if you get motivation, you'll feel more positive, and feeling more positive will make you perform better. In that way you can get success and you'll get. Okay, let's stop it here today. Tomorrow you guys, whatever notes I have given you, I'll be asking you those questions. Please prepare it, write it down, and tomorrow I can answer. If any doubt, you can ask me now. Any doubts, all of you? Okay, thank you guys, and goodbye all of you.
Ma'am, how is your health? Ma'am, how is your health?
Yeah, it is good. It is not, and now I have recovered. Yesterday it was not good. Today,
Yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you so much for asking.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too, Srinivas. You too have a great day ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, then.
Thank you.